All right, let's see what's going on here.
And of course, we're also following breaking news this afternoon with more than 100
Wow.
cars involved in a pileup along I-196 through Zeeland, Michigan. That's on the west side of the state. We just spoke with Jake Sparks from the Ottawa County Sheriff's Office earlier this hour. Here's what Jake had to say.
Yes, the current update is that over 100 vehicles were involved in this incident. There was a couple dozen semi-trailer truck trailers that were involved as well. Between 9 and 12 people were injured during the crashes, and they have all been safely transported to area hospitals at this time. Also, any stranded motorists who were wanting to leave the scene there were transported via bus to a
See, this right here is absolutely insane. You know, for everybody that knows that there's a severe snowstorm on the way, they shouldn't be on the road, especially the truck drivers. You know, they need a lot of space to be able to stop. That's number one. Number two, they're rear wheel drive, so that makes it even easier for them to lose control and jackknife and things of that nature. Um, but this is crazy. I feel like when the weather is extremely bad outside, everyone should avoid it. To be honest, the roads should be blocked straight up, because what's the point? You're not gonna make it to your destination anyways. You know what I mean?
local high school for reunification. Cleanup remains in process there, and we're about halfway done with that. The highway remains closed at this time.
Any time frame on when the Highway 196 might be reopened?
No, I can tell you that we have a bunch of hardworking law enforcement officers out there at this time. The Ottawa County Sheriff's Office is being assisted by the Michigan State Police and Zeeland Police Department. We have dozens of police officers out there that are trying to get these vehicles safely out of the road to reopen the highway there. So I would estimate in the next several hours the highway will be reopened, but obviously it was an extensive scene there stretching for...
But that's the thing. The highway should have been closed. You see what I'm saying? The highway should have been closed to prevent this mess in the first place. We all knew that a severe snowstorm was coming. I mean, I get it. Some people got to go where they got to go, but there's way too much people on the road in these type of conditions, and it's just not going to end well. It never does.
Several miles, and we're working hard right now to try to get those vehicles out of the roadway and open it up.
Yeah, Jake, I'm a Michigander myself, and I know that on the west side of Michigan, this is not something that is totally uncommon for you, but to see something like this is really, it just proves to show how treacherous the driving conditions were at the time. 12 degrees right now, your wind chill is -5. Is that slowing down efforts for cleanup?
I wouldn't say it's slowing it down. We had deputies on scene almost immediately.
Like y'all saw that, the visibility is extremely low.
We fairly quickly stood up our emergency operations center. We had transportation and shelter en route. We have food en route to take care of not only the stranded motorists, but also the first responders. And it really ran like a well-oiled machine. And thankfully,
I got that McDonald's coming.
more people weren't injured. And to this point, I have reports of no fatalities.
And that is a huge blessing. To just reiterate what you said, no fatalities have been reported, although 9 to 12 injuries have been reported as of the current time. So this is on Interstate 196. Are you concerned about the other roadways? I happen to notice that you have 121 that's not that far away. How are the other roadways around 196 looking at this point?
I would say that, the treacherous driving conditions remain in effect right now. The severe weather remains in Ottawa County at this point. We're still under a severe weather advisory as far as I last knew. And so obviously other roads are impacted by this as well. But right now a great number of our resources are dedicated to clearing up the pile up there on Interstate 196.
Yeah, absolutely. What is your messaging for friends and family that might be joining us right now from West Michigan? They're just hearing this news. What's your messaging to the community if folks need to get out and about? I mean, thank goodness it's a holiday, but folks clearly still need to get to and from.
Right. I would say at this point, my advice would be don't go out on the roadways unless it's an emergency situation or unless you absolutely necessarily have to drive.
I agree, and they should have made this announcement before the pileup.
If somewhere, if it's not for sure a necessary trip, postpone it till this weather passes.
Yeah, and just curious, as my meteorologist side wants to come out and just ask, were the roads icy? Was ice a concern, or was it more snow that led to this?
I would say it was a combination of all of the above. The road conditions were snow-covered and icy. In addition, there was blowing and drifting snow, which made visibility difficult. So the initial crashes then set off a chain reaction and led to the pileup.
Yeah, and obviously this is something that you guys are not unfamiliar with. We've seen car pileups, unfortunately in West Michigan before, and I'm curious at this point, leading into this event earlier this morning, what did things look like from your perspective? Boots on the ground. What things look like leading up to this earlier this morning?
Like I said, the wind leading to the blowing snow and the cold temperatures makes the snow very light and fluffy, obviously, to speak in layman's terms. Yeah. And so the snow blows that much easier, and that really affects visibility. And when you have high speeds coupled with icy, snowy roads coupled with poor visibility, that can be a recipe for disaster. And unfortunately, it was in this situation.
Yeah, that's crazy. Man, y'all be safe out here. If you're in one of these states with all this snow, just stay in until it's cleared, until the temperature gets a little bit better, because like I said, it's not worth it. You going out there to get in an accident, now you don't have a car, your insurance rate might go up, it's just so many, you could lose your life. It's just so many things that could happen when you're out in inclement weather. So yeah, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the share button, and I'll see y'all in the next one.